In this video, I'm going to preview the Saints versus the Vikings game. We're starting right now. What up, though? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. This is the channel we might not tell you what you want to hear, but we're definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. On this channel, I'll give you a recap and analysis of the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So, if you want to see more videos about the Saints, Falcons, Bucks, and the Panthers, consider hitting that subscribe button below and giving this video a thumbs up. But of course, I got to get everybody's predictions. So let me know right down below in the comments, what do you think the final score is going to be between the Saints and the Vikings? Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to be the biggest X factor? Are Kamara and Ingram going to bounce back? What's going to happen, man? Guys, let me know in the comments below. All right, so we got another rematch in the playoffs. Week 1 matchup of opening night. This is the game that I remember this game because this is when the hurricane hit and I didn't have any power. I was streaming it on a small little iPad in the basement of a house, trying to stay safe during a hurricane. I don't know if that was Irma or not. It might have been Irma. I don't know. But this game was kind of a shocker. Sam Bradford played that game. It's going to be a completely different matchup. No Sam Bradford. Dalvin Cook is on IR. Teddy Bridgewater's back, but he's not starting. Case Keenum has balled out this year, and it's the starting quarterback for the Vikings. Adrian Peterson is gone. He's not in Minnesota or New Orleans. And the Saints defense is no longer a dumpster fire. Like, what is the world coming to? This game is a complete 180. Whatever you thought happened last game that applies here, throw it out your head because it's not going to happen this time. It's going to be a brand new ball game. I'm so excited to see what happened. And when I watched the film and broke down what happened with these guys, I'm expecting a pretty good matchup. It's going to be a banger, definitely. It's going to be in the dome, of course. But the Saints aren't going to be at home. They're traveling up north to Minnesota to the site of Super Bowl 52 this year. Yeah, 52. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I got some keys to the game. Saints, we know they're coming off that big dramatic win over their NFC South rival, the Carolina Panthers. It was a big win for them, and the Vikings, they just were sitting at home with their feet kicked up, sipping on hot chocolate. I would say lemonade, but they were sipping on hot chocolate up in that freezing cold. Whatever. I'm going on a fox trail. Who cares? But we saw Drew Brees carve up the Panthers defense like a butcher. Made that secondary look like Swiss cheese. 376 yards. People were talking about they had the doubts if he still had it. This guy had his doubts if Drew Brees still had it. He showed me something, man. I got to give him his props. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. But I want to see if he can do it again. He took advantage. That's what you do in the playoffs. I mean, it's only one game. We know the story. Kamara and Ingram, Guy held to 40-something yards rushing on like 20-something carries. Drew Brees had to put the team on his back. He was able to take advantage of Carolina's slow pass rush and aggressive blitzing and their trash secondary that they had back there. And Michael Thomas destroyed the Panthers. He went off to, again, destroy the Panthers. He went off. They decided to pick their poison. They picked stop and run. They got bit is what happened. Drew Brees showed that he still has it. He still has that playoff experience that he can count on. And he's the ultimate fallback plan, I heard somebody say. I have a question, though. Do the Panthers give the formula to beating the Saints? Because the Panthers, what they did is they stacked the box, committed to stopping the run. Anytime Kamara tried to come out the backfield, when he tried to come through the line of scrimmage, they jammed him right at the line, hit him so he couldn't get into his route, and didn't give Drew Brees time to find him. And they limited Kamara. They had to throw some screens to Kamara, him at wide receiver, just to give him a chance, but they pretty much played good defense on Kamara doing that. They said, oh, Drew Brees, can you beat us? And he did. They didn't have a secondary to be able to take advantage. But I see some things that the Vikings can do that the Panthers couldn't do. Granted, they have an all-pro corner and Xavier Rhodes, and the rest of their secondary is amazing. Harrison Smith, Badejo, whatever his name. Here's the weird name, but their secondary is stacked. Linebackers, Anthony Barr, Lance Kendricks. They're very good and athletic. They're strong. And, of course, they got Everson Griffin on the D-line that can come off the edge. He can get to the quarterback a little bit faster than some of Carolina's older pass rushers like Julius Peppers and some of the big guys they count on in the middle. So, can they match up on the outside? Yes. Can they get to the quarterback? Yes. Can they stop the run? Yes, if they commit to it. And plus, Mike Zimmer is a genius at shutting down great quarterbacks. He does it to Aaron Rodgers throughout the year, and it's just amazing that he is able to come up with schemes. He's a great coach. That's why the Vikings were the #2 seed this year. On the other side of the ball, the Vikings have been solid offensively all year. They haven't had a great running game, but it's been enough apparently. And we've all been waiting for Case Keenum to have that Case Keenum game where he looks like the type of quarterback that we all think he is. He's riding his high. He's had a Pro Bowl caliber year. He didn't make the Pro Bowl, granted, but he's had a Pro Bowl caliber year. You got to give it to him. He's balled out. He's got the weapons on the outside and the inside. They have a similar attack because the Saints had trouble with the Panthers also. Olsen had 100 yards. McCaffrey had 100 yards. And like I said, the Vikings have similar weapons. They have a decent quarterback because Newton really didn't get that many yards running. So it's not like Newton took advantage of them on the ground. He took advantage of them from the pocket. So I look for Jared McKinnon, who has a similar skill set to Christian McCaffrey. Kyle Rudolph, a big athletic tight end that has a similar skill set to Greg Olsen. But the thing is, the Vikings have weapons on the outside in Thielen and Diggs. And Marshawn Lattimore is locked down, but we saw Ken Crawley get picked on a little bit and had a bunch of holding calls and penalties that really, really hurt them. And they got torched by for 400 yards. And Cam Newton, he went off. So we'll see. I think the Saints need to take a similar approach to what I just told the Vikings to do that. Stack the box, stop the run, get in the receiver's face, make Case Keenum beat you, make him show that he can play in the playoffs. It's crunch time. Every play counts. See if he can handle that pressure. My prediction, I'm going with the Vikings 24, Saints 21. I picked the Saints to win the NFC earlier when I made a video, but once I saw last week in that formula, the matchup just seems a little bit in the favor defensively for the Vikings, so I got to go with them. Let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure you subscribe. With that, I'm signing off. Necessary Bluntness. I'm out.